What does running in an engine mean and is it necessary? Ask 10 people what is the best way and why to run in an engine, and you're likely to get 10 different answers. This is because there is a huge amount of confusion and a huge amount of information all over the internet arguing and justifying different approaches. In my opinion, most of the information is outdated because most of the information and techniques have come from our grandfather times. Today, I will share my thoughts on this subject and how I go about running in my new motorcycles. Stay with me. Hello, I'm Bosky and this is the Art of Unwinding channel. In this channel, I share my motorcycling experiences both on and off the motorcycle, which can help make your motorcycling experiences better. I post weekly videos, so consider subscribing so that you can stay updated on the content. Running in. First things first, you need to know what you're doing when running in a new engine. Some people think we are trying to bed in the bearings, the crankshaft, the gears, the clutch plates, and so on, and that is not the case at all. The only component that is actually being run in is the piston rings against the cylinder wall. We are trying to bed those rings so that they achieve a correct seal against the cylinder wall. And we have a very small window to do this, about 50 kilometers or an hour at the most. Taking too long and being too gentle will not help bed in the rings to the cylinder. The honing would have gone by then, and so will the chance to bed the piston rings to the walls. It is an irreversible process. The worst thing you can do while braking in an engine is taking care of the engine like a baby by allowing it to idle for extended periods and by riding it ever so slowly and too gently. This will place almost no load on the rings and the bedding process can fail. Note, it is the violent, hard, high temperature combustion and explosion inside the cylinder that gets the piston rings to expand, press and seal against the cylinder walls, not gentle operations. I know quite a few riders who believe that they better err on the slow side than err on the fast side and end up babying the engine for thousands of kilometers. This is more damaging than revving the hell out of the engine when it is new. In fact, revving the hell out of the engine does not cause any damage to a modern motorcycle engine. There have been tests conducted on two identical engines where one of the engines was run in using the slow step-by-step process as recommended by the manufacturer, and the other engine was run at higher speeds including full throttle right from the start. Ari Henning and his team at Motorcyclist Online had conducted such a running in test on a Honda 300cc engine. Unsurprisingly to me, the results are that there were no differences in compression or performance or clearances in any of the components between the two engines post the tests. Every parameter was exactly the same. To me, the idea of the long and step-by-step running in is very old, outdated and not necessary anymore. Manufacturers give these steps just to ensure that if something were to break in the engine, one, it would be less dangerous if it broke at 3000 rpm instead of at 9000 rpm, and two, the collateral damage within the engine would be less. That's all. Another one of the persistent myths surrounding the break-in process is that synthetic oils can't be used during this period. This may have been true 50 years ago, but not anymore. This myth is centered on the notion that synthetic oil lubricates so much better than conventional oil that friction required to polish and match things up will not take place quickly enough, and in particular, the piston rings will not wear into a good match to the bore fast enough. Frankly, the only sensible reason not to use synthetic oil during running in is that they are more expensive, and running in oil should be changed after a much shorter interval. In fact, I suggest that the engine oil be changed after 100 kilometers. Whether the oil in it is synthetic or not, it is recommended to move to a fully synthetic oil. This is because there will be lots of metal debris in the oil during the first 50 kilometer itself. So changing it at 100 is surely recommended. Anyone who's had a chance to see the oil that comes out of the engine at first service would have also seen the metal contaminants in them. Mind you, this is normal, so don't be alarmed. I have owned a few cars and motorcycles over the last 30 years, and I have had some of them for over 50,000 kilometers, and none of them gave me any engine trouble at all with my style of running in. I have always run my engines gently only for the first 50 kilometers or 1 hour maximum at varying speeds and throttle openings, and then I ride as usual, unrestricted and free. In fact, I am still in touch with few of the owners who now own some of my motorcycles and cars that I sold, and they are still enjoying the ride or drive well past 50,000 kilometers, and the vehicle is continuing to perform as well as it was earlier. Once the first 50 kilometers is done on a new motorcycle, every kilometer done after that, there is only going to be more wear and tear. Nothing actually improves. There is no more bedding in or running in or braking in that is going to happen after that. Routine wear and tear starts taking its course, and the engine is only getting older from that moment onward. Modern engine technology has advanced enough to be able to handle all kinds of abuse. Tolerances and metallurgy have come a long way since the cast iron Royal Enfield Bullet and SD 250 days, and since the Ambassador and Premier Padmini days. Gaskets have improved, oils have improved, metals and alloys have improved, machining has improved, tolerances have improved, and designs have improved. The main focus area right now is the piston rings and the cylinder walls, which are now designed and manufactured with much more advanced honing patterns and techniques that they bed in within the first 50 kilometers if ridden freely. So the bottom line is, do not worry or stress too much about running in, because whatever you do is not going to make any perceptible difference anyway. Take the middle ground. Don't be too slow and ride thousands of kilometers running in the engine. And also don't be rash and reckless and push the new engine to full throttle and rev limiter right away. Start the engine, warm it up just for a minute or two max, and get riding. Ride the motorcycle as you normally would, and that will be good enough. Enjoy the motorcycle, and most importantly, no matter how you ride, ensure regular oil changes as per the owner's manual. Well, that's my 2 cents to the whole running in matter. Hope you found it useful, and do let me know what you think and how you go about running in your new motorcycle. If you liked what you have seen and heard, click the like button and consider subscribing so that you can stay updated on my future posts. I am Boss Key. This is the Art of Unwinding channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time, happy and safe motorcycling.